Market update on the 13th. Crazy day. I'm sure a lot of people got tripped up on today. It did go to where I was talking about yesterday, but it went farther down than I thought. I thought we were going to go to like 354, 355, and then reverse. The number that we had for the inflation, the CPI, was 8.2%, and a little bit higher than normal. So you would have expected the market to be completely bearish, but it did take care of the bearish part in the morning. So we can't say it didn't. It just decided to go higher, and we'll go over where it's at in the chart here in a second. As far as if we zoom out here, let's go on a higher time frame. Where does this put us overall? So we have ABCA, ABCB, and then this ended up being a 5-wave move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 348. So we actually went down 83 points in about 2 months. Pretty crazy move. So from here, where do we go to? There's 2 different places we can go from here. Well, I guess there's 3 different places. We are either going to be finished with this 5-wave move, and this is the overall bottom for the market, and we just go higher. We go up higher, maybe make all-time highs, or the second option is this right here is only the overall first wave of the C wave. We pull back all the way to 390 all the way to 400 in this area for a second wave. And then we go lower. That would be pretty bearish if that were to happen. And then the third option is that this 5th wave is not finished, and we are seeing wave 1, wave 2 pullback, and then we see a wave 3, 4, and 5 down here to complete the overall C wave. So 3 different options. Let's go over what the most likely scenario is. So on this move right here, I changed this because it didn't make any sense anymore when I had 354, 355 being a B wave. Instead, it looks better, looks more likely that this is 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4. And then zoom in even more here. I don't like this as a first wave really, but it's the only thing that really makes sense right now. So 1, 2, 3, triangle for the 4th wave, and then we get a 5-wave move down here. I got tripped up on this today. So if you go on the 1-minute chart, there is actually right here, that's got to be 1, 2, and this has got to be a 3rd wave, 4th wave, and then a long drawn out 5th wave. So it did actually complete. If you look at it that way, I misread it today, and I actually tried to go short right here and got out somewhere in there, maybe after the 50% retracement. And luckily I did, because obviously we went to 368, but I was expecting a move around in here and then a move down lower after that. Didn't get it, went higher, went all the way to 368. And so I think that's where we stand at now, is we have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this move right here, this is the telling move that we need to go over. From the very bottom, it looks like a first wave and a second wave. And it is, because clearly we go over the 3rd wave. And if you go down to lower time frames, you can see 1, 2, somewhere in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So we can label this 1, 2, 3, and then we get a 4th wave right here. You can use your parallel lines for that if you want. Fourth wave. And so then based on that, where would we expect the overall fifth wave to end? Going by this, we would look at probably somewhere around 369.61 and 371.59. However, let me get rid of all these lines here. However, we get this move right here, and it looks like a first wave, and then it looks like a second wave. It doesn't come back quite to the 0.5 fib, and then this move right here is really weak. And so I'm looking at this is actually being the end and the fifth wave currently. So that's how I look at it right now. And then this looks like a corrective wave, so I look at that as A. This looks like a B wave. And then I'm looking for, so if we're going by that, it looks like an expanded flat. So on an expanded flat, we'd be looking for a move down to the 1.23 or the 1.61 fibs. So basically tomorrow I'm expecting a 5-wave move to finish around 363.22 to 361.82. And currently it looks like a first wave, second wave, so we would expect a third wave down here to about 363.60, pullback, and then a move down in this area to complete an overall ABC move. And so then if you're looking at this, what does this mean? It looks like this was impulsive. The targets that we currently have for a pullback are only going to hit about the 0.23 fib. And I mean, it could do something like this. It could do A, B, C, bounce, and then go lower. That's potential. We just don't know if this is an overall A wave or is this an overall first wave. Those are two possibilities. We just don't know. So I'll label it like that right now. But I think that the fifth wave did end right here. The only other possibility, well, I guess it is still a possibility that this is wave one. This is A, B, and we get a C wave down here, and this is end up being 1, 2, and we get a third wave up here. We just got to wait for tomorrow, but the one thing that looks pretty certain is that we're going to get a move down in this area tomorrow. So right now, I'm going to say this is the end of the first wave, but we could get 1, A, B, C, 2. So I'll just label it 2 right now. If that were the case, then we'd be looking for third wave to 370, pullback, and then probably like 372 or something like that to top out this overall first or A wave. So zoom back out again. I know this is a lot of information right now, but if we're looking for a second wave on this fifth wave, we pretty much hit the 0.61 fib exactly today. And so we'd want it to fall right away for it to be a third wave. But so far the pullback looks corrective. And for a third wave, we would want a very hard move down, like a really fast, impulsive move down. We're not getting that right now. And so I would say that this move is actually not finished based on what I see right now. And that after we get this ABC move, we'll see what happens. We could go third wave, or we could be beginning a C wave as well. So there's so many different possibilities, but I think that I'm pretty much going to rule out currently that this is a second wave. This is the first wave. This is a second wave. I think that pretty much the best possibilities from here on out are that we are making a corrective move. I think there's a very good chance that this is going to end up being a second wave. So I would be looking for 390 to 400. Kind of what I talked about before. I expected it a little bit different. I expected it to be A, B, C, and then a bounce A, B, C. But if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first wave, we get a second wave pullback, then that's very possible too. So the most likely scenarios are 390, 400, or we just completely bottomed right here and we're going to go higher. So I don't see, so that would be a pretty bearish, that'd be really bearish. We went to 390, 400 into midterms and then we crashed afterwards. But I don't see this being a first wave and this being a second wave and a third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So I would expect us to, based on that, I would expect us to break above 379.64 in the coming weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say right now as far as that. Just know that this is an impulsive move and it hit where the second wave would be, but it's impulsive, and so I don't think it's a second wave, most likely. We'll see tomorrow. We should get a corrective move down, and then we should get either a third wave higher or a B wave and then a little bit lower, and then I would expect another move higher. So kind of confusing, a lot of different parts to it, but the bears would have wanted to see a corrective move here. We got an impulsive move clearly from 348 to 367. And so, like I said, I think this move might have solidified a bottom for at least through midterms. So I won't leave the scenario out because the market's pretty crazy right now, but I'm going to say that I think I'm expecting the move to go higher than 380 over the next month or so. So I'll leave it at that. And then the VIX was super weird today. It was actually down at the open, and then it moved farther down as the day went on, but it did not really get that much. It didn't really go down as much as I would have thought for that size of a move. I would have expected like double digits. And so that is kind of an eerie move. I don't know if it's just holding up, waiting to go higher or what, or it's just starting the C wave down. We don't know. It looks like a B wave now. Then again, it could reverse and go up here. We'll see. But it was super weird today that it didn't lose more and it wasn't up a bunch at open. So maybe they're saving it for later. I don't know. But it still did not break that high at 34.90. So let's look at the dollar real quick. Dollar. The dollar was down today pretty substantially. And it still looks like it's getting ready to put in a C wave. So A, B, get something down here for a C wave, probably somewhere around probably somewhere around 109 would be my guess if this ends up working out. ABC 109ish. That would definitely give it enough momentum into midterms for us to get to 390, 400 for this scenario to play out, where this ends up being the overall first wave, second wave, third wave down. I still think there's more downside, really. We didn't hit the targets that I was thinking, but it could be the bottom too. We could go straight up from here. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a rally and then Powell actually ends up pivoting sometime in the future, maybe next year, when we're at the top of a rally. So if we hit, let's say we rally up here to 400 and it takes a few months, and I think that he's going to pivot on top of a rally, so the FOMO is going to be pretty great overall, and then that's going to cause us to really explode higher and maybe take out the all-time highs sometime in the next year or two. So that's pretty much all I have to say right now about this. I'll leave the key takeaways in the description, but just know that the 5-wave move has most likely completed, and so most likely the target will be 390 to 400, and we'll keep an eye on just in case I'm wrong and this ends up being a second wave and we get a third wave down. But right now it doesn't look like it. So that's it for now. How did you do trading today? Make any money? Leave me a comment. Let me know how you did. Anything else you want to say, let me know. And please like and subscribe. I will talk with you guys tomorrow.